This is the Dzogchen Sunday Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. It is Luke Skywalker Friday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. After we chant 2 meditation classics, let us begin with Pure Golden Ore. The luminous mind of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, is inexpressible beyond conceptualization. As the light of the teacher, Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing are extolled by all. As a heart of experience, Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing are like gentle prince. The archetypes of insight and letting go, also known as Manjushri. Resting in the spontaneous pleasure of the effortless great completion known as Hatha Yoga, Trekcho, Dzogchen, or Sutra Mahamudra. As the basis of all disciplines such as moral conduct, the luminous mind of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, provides release in its every mode. Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing are like a Buddha's mother and our universal path. Editing opportunity. Without noticing and relaxing, enlightenment cannot manifest. We and all our perceptions, emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings all the way a supreme liberation. Subtle and elusive, this universal path of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing. Transcends the duality of thinking and non-thinking. Without location or reference and determinant, Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing or beyond all conceptualization. Unutterable Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, seem to have no color or shape. Intangible and inscrutable in all sensory field. Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing or inexpressible. However, whoever follows that path of the ancient ascetics becomes sick from attachment to that contrivance of focusing. The literal interpretation of the teacher's instructions is experienced as an arduous quest. As they chase a stream of beliefs and concepts as if pursuing a mirage. For this complete modality of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing cannot be indicated by mere words. And any rigid, fearful, or elitist grasping its so-called true doctrine makes a travesty of Dorje Sampa, the archetype of Hatha Yoga's simple noticing and relaxing. Wrong button, let's try that again. Purity and impurity is one inseparably mixed. The pristine awareness of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, as well as bewilderment or indivisible. This lamp of unimpeded clarity, free of conceptualization, along with obstinate befuddlement, in and of themselves each feed sovereign samadhi. This eye of direct insight, seeing directly, sings an empty nothing. And it is called the Buddha eye of omniscience. So know the empty nature of vastness without center or boundary. For here lies undiscriminating sovereign sameness. The luminous mind of Hatha Yoga is noticing and relaxing, as well as their habits are one inseparably mixed. All manifested experiences are merely generated by mind, and shine as adornment, neither accepted nor rejected. So simply let it be and enjoy. Even activity that is personally repugnant or culturally taboo, such as the 5 mental poisons of dread, desire, delusion, jealousy, and pride, or the 5 so-called unforgivable crimes of murdering one's mother, murdering one's father, murdering one who has mastered awareness and letting go, assaulting one who has mastered love and letting go. Whoopsie, I forgot a word. Start with 4, or continue with 4. Assaulting one who has also mastered love and letting go, or religious divisiveness, could feed the realization of sovereign sameness. For on this path of centered spontaneity and purification, nothing is rejected, not even sex. One's intellect could be harmfully conditioned by the elitism and rigidity of tradition and literalism, such as the 3 contrived analogues of samadhis, awareness, bliss, and love, as well as the dogmatic belief and doctrine, which are the delusions that undermine effortless transmission. Instead of such folly, let us abide in the spontaneous pleasure of the truly free from great completion, known as Hatha Yoga, Treksha, or Dzogchen. The core of sublime spontaneous awareness, imperturbable, unchanging, and unelaborated, which is the ambrosia of the timeless consummation of Hatha Yoga, spontaneous awareness and centered ease, that vanquishes the pain of any exertion, thus resting in the here and now. Every ambition is spontaneously fulfilled. Hey magnificent, let's try this again. Hey magnificent one, listen all and everything in experience, which shares the same empty nature of the luminous mind of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing, is like an all-inclusive essential drop and capable of being controlled by the dualities of elaboration or concentration, expansion or contraction, Generational cessation unconfided is simply being. This inconceivable essence of Hatha Yoga's noticing and relaxing, chronologically always present like the sky, locationally everywhere present like space transcends ideas and speech. We now conclude with the 6 Vajra verses of the Cuckoo Song of Pure Presence. The nature of multiplicity is non-dual, and things are naturally pure and simple. Being contrivance-free in the here and now, shining out in all forms, it is always all good. Thus already complete exertion is now redundant, and love-centered spontaneity ever natural. Having completed our opening recitation, we could now shift gears. For the remainder of this evening's live stream, let us sit and breathe and notice and relax. There are 2 methods we could use to gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to coalesce behind our navel. The first is just playing with our fingers. Upon the tip of our left ring finger, we could support the lower knuckle of our right ring finger palms up in our lap. And now the second method is just a subtle detail of our respiration. When we feel our diaphragm pull down as we inhale, silently and mentally we could recite the verb noticing. As we feel our diaphragm gently reset as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite the verb relaxing. Remember, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, or would simply like to say hello, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail or your greeting in the chat window. For I tend to check for questions about every 6 minutes or so. As we continue to rest our right ring knuckle upon the tip of our left ring finger. We can also touch the tip of our left thumb to the lower set of creases of its little finger. That's how we can keep track of our first set of 12 inhalations. Every time we silently and mentally recite the verb noticing during our inhalation, we could advance our right thumb up the creases of its fingers. Let's do this together right now. Having run out of creases upon which to rest my right thumb, I can now advance my left thumb up to the next set of creases. Now perhaps you get the idea of how we can count 12 sets of 12 inhalations each. Chronologically, it takes about a minute to count 12 inhalations, and so 12 sets would take about 12 minutes. Now remember to return the lower knuckle of our right ring finger to the tip of our left. That's very useful. And do give yourself permission to have a learning curve. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist meditation or philosophy, or would simply wish to say hi, do not hesitate to type your question or your greeting in the chat window. There are two very efficient ways of gently inviting our subtle energy to coalesce in our crown. Here's the first one. We could, upon the tip of our left index finger, we could rest the lower knuckle of our right index finger, palms up, in our lap. The second technique is very simple. As we feel air enter our nostrils, silently and mentally we could recite the verb noticing. As we feel air exiting our nostrils, silently and mentally we could recite the verb relaxing. Noticing, relaxing. Let's shift gears. We're going to use two methods to gently invite our subtle energies to coalesce at our chest. First, we're going to play with our fingers. Upon the tip of our left middle finger, let us rest the lower knuckle of our right middle finger, palms up, in our lap. And now let's play with our respiratory system. As we feel our chest swell with breath, let us silently and mentally recite the verb noticing. As we feel our chest subtly sink, as gently we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite the verb relaxing. We do not focus on anything. We sit back and enjoy the show. Simply, passively, vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly noticing whatever perceptions, emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, or imaginings cartwheel across the stage of our mind. There is no need to label. There is no need to push or pull or repress. We simply silently and mentally recite noticing and relaxing and watch things come and go. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. For Meditate Like a Jedi is made possible thanks to the generosity of viewers just like you. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's dawn recitation, explanation, and practice of meditating like a Jedi. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.